Welcome back, tribe. If you've been riding with us this whole time, this will actually be the third stage of our little day in the woods. This is actually our family's Yule tree that we come to and we celebrate every year. We put offerings underneath of it. If you look close enough, you can see some little baubles hanging in the tree just to attract the spirits around here. There's a couple, like a mirror back here, and our altar, and some handmade throwing axes that I made myself. And so this is kind of our little sanctuary, our little sacred grove, our rendition of the world tree. So today's meditation is going to be a meditation about awareness. Ooh, you agree? All right. It's going to be a meditation to help us kind of zone out and see the bigger picture of the world around us and realize just how our mind and our spirit and our body works. So go ahead and find a comfortable position. I like to begin by kind of doing a couple circles with my spine. Just try and make sure, imagine that I'm sitting on top of a laser beam and it is shooting straight up through my body. If you know much about physiology, you'll know that all of our nerves go up through a hole or a cavern in our spinal column. And so I try to imagine that laser is shooting straight up all of those nerves. And so I try to adjust each little vertebrae as I'm going up, all the way up into my skull, and make sure that that laser is shooting right up through the center of all those vertebrae, not touching anything other than just the nerve that goes right down the middle, not touching any bone. And you'll find, if you can't visualize very well, what I do, another way to look at it is just try and find that perfect balance where you don't have to use any muscles to hold you forward or hold you backward or side to side, all the way up to even to the point of on the top of your head. Now what I want you to do, family, is we're going to take 3 great big deep breaths. Each one a little bigger than the previous. Last one till you feel so full that you just can't take anymore. And we're going to hold this breath for a second and then take just a little bit more in. Squeeze your whole body for 1 second. And release. Now what we're going to do is imagine above your head is a great glowing egg. The cosmic egg. The seed of all life. The source of all things. You're going to imagine that this egg starts to slowly leak its beautiful, bright, translucent light onto the top of your head. The strange thing about this light is it has form, just like a regular egg. You're going to feel it slowly go down your body, gathering all of the negativities and self-doubts, all the depression and anxieties, all of the things that make you feel less than or not good enough. And it's going to take them all and recycle them. So we feel it go down through our hairline and into our eyebrows, down the back of our skull, works its way through our eyes. And you notice that as it goes through your bottoms of your eyebrows, they relax down. As it works its way down through your eye sockets to the back of your eyes and the bottom of your eyes, you notice that your eyes gently separate and relax. You notice it coming down your cheeks, over the top of your nose and down onto the top of your front lip, through your jawline. And as it reaches the bottom of your jaw, you notice that your jaw relaxes, slightly open, and your tongue settles to the bottom of your mouth. It works its way down through each one of your vertebrae of your neck and into your shoulders, down through your arms, your triceps and your biceps, and your elbows, through your forearms and your wrists, and over the front and back of your hand. You feel it going through each vertebrae or each joint in your fingers as it slowly drips down onto Mother Earth. And you notice that as it drips onto Mother Earth, it's gained an opacity and a darkness. That's all those negativities and impurities that it's taken away. It'll continue to go down through your chest, down each one of your ribs and each one of your vertebrae, slowly working its way through your entire body. You notice it go through your heart and your lungs, and all of your internal organs and viscera, your kidneys, your liver. And as it reaches your hips, it separates and goes down each leg, on the front and back of both legs, down through your knees and into your shins and your calves, through your ankles, and over the tops and bottoms of your feet. And as it drips out the end of your toes, you notice again the opacity in the light. You see all of this opaque light drain onto Mother Earth and disappear beneath her skin. But you can still see the light below, almost as if there's a flashlight shining through your finger or your hand. You see that light begin to pulsate and get brighter and brighter as she's taken all of your negativities and giving them the exact opposite. Your I'm not good enoughs become your more than enoughs. Your I'm too ugly become your beautiful. Your I'm not smart enough becomes you are a genius in your own way. The equal and opposite inverse of every one of your self-doubts. You notice that it's pulsating faster and faster. And just as you notice it's about to become a steady stream, it launches back up through your body, in through your toes, through your ankles and your feet, replacing all those negative spaces that it took with positive affirmations, through your ankles and your calves and your shins and your knees, up through your legs and your hips, into your stomach and all of your kidneys and liver and internal organs. And it leaps back up into your fingers and works its way up your fingers and into your hand, your palm, your wrists, your forearms. And slowly as it works its way up each individual vertebrae and each individual rib, up through your elbows and your shoulders, and converges at the space at the base of your neck. It keeps gaining momentum, going faster up through your neck, into your jaw, through your eyes and your head. And as it reaches the top of your skull, it shoots a beam of light out into the universe. And it takes your awareness with it. Up into space. And it's here where we begin to imagine a spaceship looking down on planet Earth. This spaceship is your body. It's all the inner sensations and feelings that happen on a daily basis. And as you look around, you notice that there's other ships hovering in space above you and below you and to each side. These are other bodies, other people, all the people in your life are closest to you that have the most influence over you. But even on the far side of the planet, there's other ships. And you realize that everything on the planet Earth, your job, your school, the weather, your socioeconomic status, everything, every single thing that's on this planet is separate from your ship. It cannot affect you unless you bring yourself into its proximity. Now let's back up and go deeper. Inside of this ship, there's engineers that make repairs. Those are your cells in your body. You have medics, which are your white blood cells. You have the people that guide your ship, your navigation system, all of the autonomous parts of your body. Each one of these is a different individual that is also part of a whole. And as you zero in a bit deeper, you notice that there's an autopilot. The autopilot in that ship aids you in navigating so that you don't accidentally fly into one of the other ships and cause collisions which bring about pain and strife. But that autopilot is not always accurate, especially if you've lived a life of trauma. Sometimes that autopilot has faulty default mechanisms. But there's always the pilot. That pilot is your brain. It's the one that is trying to keep everything moving and flowing and continuing to live in a homeostasis as best as it can. Not just the inside of the ship, but the inside of each of the different members of the ship, the different crew, the different systems, life support, wastewater, everything. Those are all of your antibodies. And now, as we go a bit deeper, we find that there's a deeper awareness. The captain who is in communication with all the other captains of all the other vessels. He's in communication with the home base on Earth. He's in communication with everything that controls every one of these other ships. That is your higher self. That is the part of you that is constantly trying to bring up the small course corrections and is responsible for all the oversight of all of the other crew members on your ship. He bids you to realize that your brain, aka the pilot, or the autopilot, aka your autonomous systems, your automated systems, nor all the crew are you. You are separate from all of them. And if need be, when this ship goes beyond repair and has to be retired, that captain will transfer to a new ship and start the process again of learning all the ins and outs of that new ship, all the ins and outs of the new crew. This is how I see reincarnation in the universe. Keep in mind, tribe, that our bodies and our co-pilots, our autopilots and our pilots all have different frames of reference, different perspectives on reality. All have merit, but all have flaws. It is only when you can go as far and as deep as you can into yourself that you can really become the pilot. I mean the commander, the captain. And there's even a level above that captain. Your awareness is just one aspect of Source. Source is the commander behind the scenes, overseeing all of the captains of all of the ships and all of the consciousness and all of the universe. He is constantly making sure that everyone is doing and everything is doing as it needs. It's responsible for understanding that there is symbiosis between all things. Whether it's the plants that breathe out the air that we breathe in and breathe in the carbon dioxide that we breathe out, or the plants and animals that we consume for energy, until we, these bodies, become decommissioned and return to the earth where the plants and animals can feed it on it. There is a constant cycle of birth, comprehension, growth, and then death and decomposition back into the greater universe, where we are recycled and begin anew. Constantly trying to explore as deep into space as we can get. Constantly learning new maneuvers, new ideas, new beliefs, and always evolving towards the future. So the next time that your body is sending you signals that your captain is telling you to override them. Remember that there's always a higher view and a higher perception from the place that you are right now. And know that at the bottom of it all, unity is the goal. Trust is the goal. Love is the goal. We are on a mission, should we choose to accept it, to spread love and light to the far corners of this universe. Anything that does not encourage love and light is counterproductive to our mission, to our goal, and to the things that will bring us true joy. As we slowly return back to our bodies, maintain this understanding and awareness, and know that you can always call Mayday for another ship if you need help. You can always reach out, whether it's to other people, to other institutions, or to your captain. and gain deeper insights into everything. But if it does not come from a place of love and light, then it is probably not the right solution. I love every single one of you out there. And I know that the universe is working for your good. Unfortunately, some of us are hard-headed and have to learn things the hard way, which is the path that I have often taken. But no matter how far down that dark road you go, you can always turn around and come back to the light. Gently open your eyes. Take a look to your left and to your right, above and below, and notice that you are surrounded by love. Know in the depths of your soul that the universe is conspiring in your favor and will only give you as much as you can handle. No more, no less. So hold on, because the hardest tests reap the greatest rewards. Love and light, tribe. Namaste. Ooh.